Hello everybody, this is Brian, and I wanted to do a little video today of just a quick little tutorial of a song that I really like. This is a song called Key by Devin Townsend. Anyway, I'm just going to break down a few little parts of it. It's a really beautiful song, and it's got some really neat parts to it. So I was going to take a few minutes to just sort of break down a little bit of what he does and how he does it, because I think it's just an incredibly beautiful song, and it's a lot of fun to play. So stay with me. I'm going to just break it down in little parts for you. So here you go. Okay, so the big thing about this is that you got to get the tuning just right. And the way Devin does most of his stuff, it's open C tuning. From low to high, it's C, G, C, G, C, E. So if you strum it, you get an open C chord. It's kind of nice. And please forgive me, this is not my guitar. It doesn't really hold the low tunings very well, but I thought it would be kind of fun to do this little video anyways with this guitar. And playing the song on an acoustic is a little difficult, so please bear with me. But anyway, if you get the tuning right, again, it's open C, C, G, C, G, C, E. That's the big thing. Strings should be fairly heavy because to accommodate such a low tuning, but it'll be kind of cool. So anyway, there's a little bit of ambience up at the top of this of the song, and the first riff you hear is that really nice, big, beautiful acoustic guitar sound, and it basically is just, it goes like this. And it's really easy because you're only fretting one note. And then, so you hit an open C, and you hammer on with the G to this C note here, and the rest of it is open. And then, and the next part of it, it goes. So basically what you're doing is you're playing these two notes here, the C and this F sharp, so you're getting a Lydian sounding with the raised fourth, the F sharp. So, and then you hammer on this again. And then go back to the. So that's that. During the verse parts, it's pretty simple. It's just this this F. Just you're basically just hammering. You're got a finger over these three low notes, and then you kind of let, and that goes down to the D. That's pretty easy over the verses. But then there's this really pretty part where it's a big C Lydian chord with an F sharp. So you play open C, and then you fret on the A string, well, which would be the open G string here, which would be on the 9th fret. So you're really only fretting two notes on the 9th fret and on the 6th fret on the D string. So it looks like this. And then the rest of them are open. And then the next chord is same chord except it's a different position. So again, the position of that is open C, 9th fret on the A string, 6th fret on the D string, and then the rest of them are open. You're really only picking the first four strings. And the next chord, open C, 11th fret on the A string, and then you got a bar on the 7th fret on the D and the G strings. And then it just repeats itself. So that's pretty much the whole thing, and then there's some little ambient solo guitar, which I haven't really worked up yet, but that's the main part of it. So I'm going to take a break and move on to the really heavy part, and if you know the song, you know what I'm talking about. I'll get to that in a second, so hang on. Okay, so now we've come to the climax of the song. This is where Devin does all these really cool arpeggios that start off kind of quiet and they build up to a big crescendo at the end, and it's just some incredibly beautiful melodic structure going on here. But the thing is, and the thing that really amazed me, is that it's pretty straightforward and simple. It's really not that daunting when you analyze it, and I'll show you how to play it and show you how to just look at it, which when you study it a little bit, it makes a lot of sense, and makes sense to, it's easy to remember the pattern and the chord progression. Anyway, so essentially what he's doing is he is playing major arpeggios going up, and they're simple root, third, fifth major arpeggios going up, and the way the guitar is tuned, it makes it really easy to play. So it's starting off on the 12th fret on the E string. You're basically just doing root, third, fifth, root, third, fifth, and that's pretty much all it is. It's, a little bit more complex than that, and I'll show you. But essentially the pattern is on the 12th fret for the root, on the 16th fret for the third, on the 12th fret on the A string for the fifth. And then you skip to the D string and do the same thing. Root, third, fifth, root, third, fifth. So it's... And then you jump to the B string, 16th for the third, and then you go to the 14th fret for the second. So it's... And then it's outlining a dominant chord descending. So you slide down to the 11th fret, 11 on the B string, 12 on the G string, 14th on the D string, and then you do that pattern again starting on the D string. 11 on the D string, 12 on the A string, 14 on the E string, and then the 11th on the low E string for the leading tone, which would, in theory, resolve back to... So... And that's all it is. So it's major chords going up, dominant chords going down, and that's it. Root, third, fifth, root, third, fifth, root, third, second, root, seventh, and then when you get to that 11th fret, instead of resolving to the 12th, which is, I guess, sort of what you mentally might do, you slide down to the 7th fret, and you repeat that pattern again. Same exact pattern as you did up here, same intervals. Root, third, fifth, root, third, fifth, root, second, third, root, and then you outline the dominant 7th chords going down. So it's 7, 11, 7. On the D string, 7, 11, 7. On the B string, and then slide down 7th fret on the G string, 9th fret on the D string, and then jump down to the 6th fret on the D string, 7th fret on the A string, 9th fret on the E string. And then what kind of makes it a little difficult is when you stretch down to the 2nd fret, you slide down to the 2nd fret and repeat the pattern over again. Oh, I'm sorry. So when you get down to that 1st fret, instead of, you walk it down and then you basically have to walk it back up again, and that leads to the next section, what we're going to show you in just a second. So it's, starting on the 2nd fret, and then you slide with your pinky up to the 7th fret, which is a minor triad. So it switches up when you're going back up the neck, you're switching to minor triads. Now the cool thing about this section is that not only are you playing minor triads, but the roots outline an augmented chord. So it's really got this neat tonality to it. So you're just shifting up major thirds going up, and it just sounds really cool. So it's essentially just a minor triad starting on the so when you go back up. So starting on the B string on the 7th fret, you pick to the 3rd string or 3rd fret on the 2nd string. So 5th, minor 3rd, root. And then following that doing that same pattern, you slide up a whole major 3rd to the 11th fret. And then another major 3rd. And then it's going to be a little tricky on this guitar because you can't really reach it that well, but you slide up another major 3rd to the 19th fret. And that's the whole thing. So essentially, it would sound a little something like this, and I hope I don't screw it up too bad, but especially at the end part, because it's really hard to get to that reach. But it's, remember, major chords going up, dominant chords going down, major to the dominant, major to the dominant, and then when you start over here, then you switch to the minor chords and shift them up a major 3rd, so you're outlining an augmented triad. For the roots, you're not playing augmented triads, you're playing minor triads. So it would sound kind of something like this. Anyway, I hope that outlines the song a little bit easier for you. So if you're trying to learn it, that helps. And my name is Brian. Happy picking and good luck. And the chord progression.